Yo, so I'm just sitting here working on the Alessandra Ambrosio mix, and the pieces are falling into place. Like I've spoken about, it feels like a puzzle that I put together, and so I'm just sitting here jamming out, and I was like, uh, you know, this is going on as I'm jamming out, and I'm literally at the part in the mix, like, I'm not close to done yet, really. I'm still putting it together. I'm gonna, add a lot. Well, we'll see what happens. But this is where I'm at. So hold on. If you give me a moment, let me throw this up on the screen here. And I'm just sitting here and jamming out to just like right there. And I think you can see everything. Let me just confirm. Yeah, it looks like you can. And so, I'm just sitting here like jamming out to. Actually, I was kind of jamming out to this. Here I go. Talk to him. Talk to him. But so just real quick, we can look at all the tracks on here, and like I'm not done yet. Clearly, there's a color theme going on, and thematically, like if you look at the cover arts, if you listen to the music, again, it's like a puzzle that not just the sound goes together, but also the cover arts and like the names of the thing, and it in conjunction with how my story and pictures goes in my phone and just repetitive themes that I've linked or on Twitter or X or whatever that I've linked with uh Alessandra and Andra Ambrosio, but I'm specifically currently working on the Alessandra Ambrosio mix. Partially her birthday's in 2 days. I feel like it's really appropriate that this is like a birthday present. I might even be done with the track list. Well, I might look for a little more stuff to add after it. And this is at least the plan is that this is just the first mix, and I guess it's been set up that there could be 999 more, at least in this numbering theme. But I guess that would be. I get to that point, I just add another, and we get 1,000. Am I gonna make her that many? I don't know. Is she my enemy? It might be that she, dies of like, oh my god, it's so amazing. That would be the thing that kills her. She's just so overwhelmed by the art of the that I've put out for her that my muse that she's like, But in any instance, this is what it looks like currently. I'm just keeping an update on this, and we'll listen to some of the tracks and. All right. So I mean, it's not done yet. It's not really even close. I've just got this like inspiration all of a sudden, um, and I'm feeling the music. I don't feel like the other day I felt like not good, and today I feel good. So it is what it is. And yeah, so I don't really have much more to add. I'm gonna get back to working on this, but I felt compelled. And as I was sitting here and I'm listening to the music, and it's the part where it's like getting hot, and it's all the kind of like heat related, tracks and stuff, and the color theme. This is what I'm saying. It's like it. It seems very unlikely to me that this is all just random chance. That it is like a puzzle that I'm putting together. Right? Does that make sense? Like it's that somehow all these things randomly coincide. I do think they're coinciding. I just don't think it's random. I think people like to live in chaos and don't like it when someone comes along and orders things as orders the chaos, and as far as similar, what isn't that what Yahweh does at the beginning of the Bible? Isn't that probably what goes on at the end of the Bible in Revelation? There's a guy uh, sitting on the throne of Yahweh as he conquers at the seven churches of Asia. Or when I say sitting on the throne, that's the end of it. But there's a guy seemingly. I'm gonna assume that these people I'm going up against, they like the chaos because they can hide their evil actions and stuff in the chaos of everything. This is how these, fake religion, the Islam fake religion, the knockoff. It's just a knockoff of Judaism and Christianity. It's how these people are pretending to be Jewish that use it as a shield when they don't even say the name Yahweh, and they really don't believe in Yahweh. They just use it as a shield because it's a good shield modern day. Um, this is how, like, a lot of Christians who I'm watching this thing. They're talking about abortion. It's like, yo, they're literally executing Christians in the Middle East. Why don't you focus on that, and then we can get back to issues here? And probably, if I'm the dude on the throne, we'll fix this, and I can already come up with a better reality in a way that, like, kind of fixes that kind of issue. But Christians don't seem to want to listen. But most of those Christians, again, don't even know or say the name of the deity that they claim to follow. Again, it was banned in the Catholic Church, so, like, as far as the lectionary and liturgy. So, and that's a one of those traditions that's handed by these people who are Jewish who don't say the name Yahweh, right? That's nowhere in the Bible. That's what a bunch of rabbits wrote after the fact to, like, I think they're rabbits or rabbis for, when it says the synagogue of Satan, it's someone that is not Yahweh that they're empowering. You can say any name other than Yahweh, but if you say Yahweh, it makes them angry. That is not in the actual Tanakh or Old Testament. So very clearly to me, and in Revelation, there's a group of people pretending to be Jewish called the Synagogue of Satan. It's not all Jewish people. It's just there are people in positions of authority and power that are acting like that. Get at me if you like. Let's talk this out. But realistically, Judaism doesn't have a Yahweh Zidkenu, which Yahweh says he's going to come as a person, and that person's a branch. It's a messianic title, even in Judaism. So the Messiah is Yahweh, and he, by the Book of Daniel, he had to come by the time of the Second Temple and be killed. So that doesn't make sense unless it's Jesus. Jesus makes sense of that story. So get at me. There's no real good argument. In fact, every argument that I've heard is just bad, and it's like they make a bad argument and then don't stand on it. They just back away and don't actually engage. So this is why this stuff will continue until it's really obvious that it can't anymore. But it is what it is. I like the tracks that I'm playing. I don't hate the artists that I'm putting their music in my mixes. In fact, the opposite. Sometimes it feels like artists are acting like shitheads towards me. Not all of them. Sometimes it feels like a lot of the artists are acting real cool towards me. Not all of them though. So I guess it's like a thing. We're defining the sides based on what you're doing for me or how you're doing against me or whatever. Or if you're doing for yourself and I'm like, hey, I like that music. I think it fits in my thing. It's for, I think this is more for me than against me. If that pisses people off, I don't know what to say. So I could probably think about it and maybe come up with a an answer that's reasonable. But in any instance, I just wanted to make a quick video looking at this, and Volcano's been putting on a show past few days, so dope. You know what I mean? This is real cool. I also have one more thing to add, I guess, real fast. So on my Twitter, um, okay, that I get some interesting conspiracy theorist stuff in my stuff, but generally the conspiracies that I hold to are the ones that I've kind of proved out. Um, on the on my YouTube channels. So I saw that this guy is like head of Hezbollah Hassan Nasrallah threatened Lebanese Christians in his most recent speech. He spoke about the situation in the Christian city of Jabil, from which a Lebanese Forces Christian Party official was kidnapped and murdered. And then I think if you click it, you can see the dude's family here. I mean, it's just like they're murdering Christians, man. When I'm talking about, you know, when I'm talking about this, they're liars murdering Christians. So when he says this, allow me to say to the Christians, it's a major scandal. The major scandal is that they follow a deity that they claim is like transcendent and whatever, and is a male deity, and then it's linguistically it's feminine. Oh, that's some thunder probably because we're about to have it looks like a crazy storm tonight. I mean, I think we're gonna get something pretty strong. At least that's all the radar stuff. Just whatever. So when you're seeing me doing lightning stuff, you ain't seeing anybody in Islam doing that. And when they are, I think that's the beast from the earth from the Book of Revelation. So just it is what it is. So when we have this and you see some crazy lightning stuff in Lightning Lab 14, well, it's it. You know what's up. You know what it is. So this will be, I'm making this around 4 or 5 this morning, and maybe I'll pull lightning from the sky. Who knows? Maybe this is a point where Satan falls from the sky like lightning. You know what I mean? But here this dude's talking about a scandal. They're not, and they were exposed for what they are, not people of integrity. All right, this hypocrite talking about integrity. I literally I'm sharing this because he's not just a hypocrite, but a liar and a murderer and stands for everything evil. This is my point. I shared this with this Visegrad 24 because I see them a lot. They pop up in my or this person pops up a lot in my feed that we saw, like this one earlier. And so what I shared is I literally proved Islam is a knockoff of Christianity during a game of Counter-Strike 2. Like that's how trivial this is. But when there's no attention or the sword isn't bore against someone who's just a liar who's murdering innocent people, Yahweh God is going to bring extreme judicial punishment on these people. Jesus is going to bear the sword against them. Jesus is Yah. Jesus is Yo. Yeah. So I'm just like, what is this guy going on about? And laughing cat emoji. So and you can see when you click the thing, like Hezbollah threatening Lebanese Christians now. The religion of peace making more threats against Christians. Not surprised. Your turn will not be delayed, Nasrallah. I think it's very close. Disgusting. I know the religion that hates. You know, if Christians are evil, then why do millions of Muslims go to Christian countries, be it the UK, USA, Germany, France, and others? Very shameful to target Christians based on religion. Just more, blah, blah, blah. He is afraid of rebellion within Lebanon against his proxy rule from Iran. Again, a place that is ruled over by an Arab religion, but they're not Arabs, they're Persians. And even biblically, much older than anything from Islam, like 1,000 years before. You can go into the book of Daniel and see where not just Nebuchadnezzar and not just Dariush, but I Koresh, right? Or Cyrus. I mean, there's a number of Persian emperors. I don't know about Xerxes, but there's a number of Persian emperors that very clearly point to the Bible the deity Yahweh and say that he is the most high deity. He is higher than anything else. So higher than Allah, because Allah can't be Yahweh in the sense that Allah is a feminine deity. Yahweh is not Allah. Yahweh is Elohim, right? Does that make sense? I mean, I guess by definition of just all the deities, Yahweh is all the deities, not the fake knockoff one. But yeah, so I can say this: they cut people's heads off, but a time is coming very soon where these people are going to meet their fate in this second death, and it looks more like this than like a bunch of people cutting people's heads off. One of the reasons I like wearing the orange specifically is that they murdered Christians and put them in like prison orange jumpsuits, and so this is some solidarity with the Christians around the world that are going through this. I'm in a blessed position that I can hear the thunder and be a part of that to show Yahweh's power, but and Jesus's rule and authority over these phonies. But keep blabbing off. See that someone close to you doesn't die from something that only God Yahweh could do. The Most High, not some knockoff name. Allah. I mean, is that just Alessandra Ambrosio? Allah, Allah, Allah. I mean, shit. She's more of a deity than Allah is, because Allah's a bitch. What does that make Allah? Sandra Ambrosio. I don't know. What does that make her? Depends on the type of person she is, and at this point, it's hard to tell. It doesn't seem like she's anything good, but maybe. I guess she could just be Jezebel or something, but we'll see. We will see, because time tells all. Maybe she's my bestie. Is that what it is? Are Alessandra and Andra Ambrosio my besties? Are they my dogs? Or are they a trap? Well, I guess we're gonna find out, huh? Anyway, hope you enjoyed. It's like slightly shorter, but it's still like a 19-minute video, so. And I'll put it up, but maybe I won't actually put this out until after the mix is done. Anyway, have a blessed one. Later. Yeah.